So picture this, a young man in his early 20s slipping across the border into Pakistan not as an officer, but as a shadow. Living as a Muslim, he didn't just blend in, he became invisible, frequenting mosques, sipping tea in the bustling bazaars and eavesdropping on whispers of militants. For 7 years, he walked a tightrope, one misstep from exposure, gathering intelligence that could shift the fate of nations. And this wasn't just espionage, it was living a double life with a smirk and a smoke in his hand, outwitting enemies in their own backyard. That is Ajit Doval, India's master of spycraft. Born in 1945 in Uttarakhand, he joined the Indian Police Service in 1968, but his career was far from just routine. His undercover work in Pakistan during the 1980s provided critical intelligence, shaping India's counter-terrorism strategy. In 1988, during Operation Black Thunder, he infiltrated the Golden Temple disguised as a Khalistani militant, relaying real-time intel that crushed the insurgency with surgical precision. I just need you to go back and watch that again because that is insane. In 1999, he faced terrorists in Kandahar during the IC-814 hijack, negotiating with icy resolve to secure 155 hostages. And as National Security Advisor since 2014, Ajit Doval's Doval Doctrine of preemptive strikes and bold diplomacy drove the 2016 surgical strike and the 2019 Balakot airstrike. A Kirti Chakra recipient, is a rare civilian honored for military-grade valor. From the shadows of espionage to the helm of national security, Doval's life is a high-stakes chess game, where he is always 3 moves ahead. So welcome to Gaurav ki Gatha, और आज मैं आपको बताऊंगा the man, the myth, the legendary spymaster Ajit Doval की गाथा. तो पहला सवाल, who is Ajit Doval? Ajit Doval, born in 1945 in Pauri, Garhwal, comes from a military family. His father, Major G.N. Doval, served in the Indian Army. Schooled at Ajmer Military School, Rajasthan, he earned a master's in economics from Agra University in 1967. A 1968 batch IPS officer from the Kerala cadre, Doval was no ordinary cop. He was an operational mastermind, a terror to terrorist networks. Known for infiltrating enemy ranks and neutralizing threats with lethal precision, Doval's mind outmaneuvers adversaries, preempting the strategies with ease. From dismantling terror cells to resolving hijackings, his career feats are the stuff Bollywood can only aspire to capture. Part 2. What led Doval to be India's ruthless spymaster? So what started his journey as a ruthless spymaster? Operation Black Thunder 2, 1988. Khalistani militants had seized Amritsar's Golden Temple. The situation was a powder keg which was ready to explode into bloodshed at any time. And then enters a rickshaw puller, secretly an ISI agent in disguise, infiltrating the temple. He mapped terrorist positions, numbers and plans and feeding real-time intel to security forces. And the result? A near bloodless operation. That rickshaw puller? Ajit Doval. He was awarded the Kirti Chakra, which is a military gallantry honor. IC-814 hijacking 1999. During Vajpayee's government, a plane grounded in Kandahar, the passengers' lives hanging by a thread. Doval, the lead negotiator, walked into the aircraft, met hostages and assured them of safety. His nerves of steel have always defined him. From 1971 to 1999, Doval was pivotal in defusing 15 Indian Airlines hijackings, always prioritizing lives and crisis control. And then comes Kashmir in the 1990s. Insurgency raged. Doval actually turned the tide by convincing hardcore militant Kuka Pare to surrender and form a pro-India militia, which was actually a psychological warfare masterstroke. And then, Kuka later became an MLA. In Mizoram, Doval infiltrated the Mizo National Front, persuaded leader Lal Denga to negotiate and secured the 1986 peace accord, ending 32 years of violence. And the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi had personally awarded him a medal. Then comes post-retirement in 2005. After retiring as Intelligence Bureau Director, Doval founded the Vivekanand International Foundation, a think tank that birthed the offensive defense concept, later known as the Doval Doctrine. So what is the Doval Doctrine? In 2014, as National Security Advisor, Doval flipped India's security playbook. Gone was strategic restraint, defending after the enemy attacks. Doval's mantra was defensive offense. Hit the enemy at their source inside their territory without triggering full-scale war.
Once they know that India has shifted its gear from the defensive mode to defensive offense, they will find that it is unaffordable for them. You can do one Mumbai, you may lose Balochistan.
This is the Doval Doctrine. 2015 India-Myanmar border. After NSCNK terrorists killed Indian soldiers, Doval orchestrated Operation Hot Pursuit. 70 Special Forces troops crossed into Myanmar, obliterating terror camps. India's first surgical strike abroad had taken place. And then comes Uri in 2016 and Pulwama in 2019. Doval's leadership drove surgical strikes and the Balakot airstrike, where the Indian Air Force demolished Jaish-e-Mohammed's training camp. The first air incursion across the LOC since the war in 1971. And then in 2025, after the horrific Pahalgam attack, Operation Sindoor wiped out 11 Pakistani terror bases with precision missile strikes. And what was Doval's message basically? Mess with us and we'll hit you home. It's pretty simple. And then comes Article 370 application. Basically a strategic triumph for the entirety of India. Doval's meticulous intelligence and security planning ensured this sensitive move went off without any major violence. And the result? Stability finally in Jammu and Kashmir with 4.5 lakh Amarnath Yatra pilgrims in 2023 and Srinagar's first Muharram procession in 34 years. Global operations. You obviously don't know, but in 2014, Doval's covert mission rescued 46 Indian nurses from the ISIS in Iraq. In 2020, Myanmar handed over 22 insurgents to India, which basically is a testament to Doval's diplomatic and intelligence prowess. So, just to back it all up, I'll just give you some terrorism stats. From 2011 to 2025, terrorism-related deaths dropped steadily. 452 in 2018 to just 68 in 2025. The Doval Doctrine's impact was obvious and visible. Preemptive strikes, sharper intelligence, and regional deterrence. And then under his supervision, there were also a lot of silent eliminations. India's most wanted terrorists dropped like flies. Hardeep Singh Nijjar, Khalistani Tiger Force, killed in Canada 2023. Salim Rahmani, arms supplier, eliminated in Pakistan in 2022. Mistri Zahoor Ibrahim, IC-814 hijacker, dead in 2022. Shahid Latif, Pathankot mastermind, shot in Sialkot 2023. And all of this by unknown assailants. Is it a coincidence or Doval's shadow strategy? I think you decide that. Dekhiye, Ajit Doval is a nightmare for India's enemies. His Doval Doctrine has transformed India from a reactive state to a proactive powerhouse. He's made it clear, touch us and we'll end you. And he said that as well. But this savagery is measured, no full scale. But this lethal nature of this doctrine is measured. No full scale wars, just surgical strikes and precision ops that instill strong fear. But well, there's a catch. These cross-border strikes raise regional tensions and risk painting India as an aggressor globally. The unknown assailants game, high stakes. If linked to India, diplomatic fallout looms. But Doval's genius lies in operating in the shadows, delivering results without leaving any proof. So make no mistake, Doval's vision brought stability to Jammu and Kashmir, slashed terrorism, and asserted India's dominance. But is this aggression sustainable, or will we actually end up paying a price down the line? Doval's a hero, and India and its history and its future will remember this man fondly. So well, that was Ajit Doval ji ki gatha. Comment box में अपनी राय जरूर शेयर करें और मुझे बताएं कि do you think we're actually gonna face any sort of consequences of what we've done in the past? और अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया तो जरूर इसे लाइक, शेयर, सब्सक्राइब सब करें। बेल आइकन भी दबाएं क्योंकि ऐसी ही विचित्र और बढ़िया ओपिनियंस लेके मैं आपके पास आता रहूंगा। So मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, जब तक के लिए जय हिंद, जय भारत।